Hey guys, just about to start round one of this Magic Origins draft. I think we won the die roll. Usually I can tell from the sound, but sometimes I'm wrong. Let's see. There it is, yeah. I would like to play first. And this is a good hand. We can kill a lot of his early stuff and just play our dudes who are a nuisance to deal with. You know, the Fetid Imp can trade with anything, and the Deadbridge Shaman is a 2-for-1 all the time, basically, especially in the early game. So, okay. And there's our Blazing Hellhound, who's also nice with Deadbridge Shaman in a pinch. We'll play out our Imp, who, if nothing else, can at least start beating down in the air. Alright, Screeching Scob. I wonder if he has a recursion strategy or just wanted the 2-drop. Well, there's another Screeching Scob, so... Alright. Alright, we're going to swing here because I don't really want to trade for a Screeching Scab with the Imp who can trade with anything and is a form of air damage right now. I can also kill the Scob with Reef Soul if I feel like it. But I think for now I'm just going to play a Deadbridge Shaman. I'd be happy to trade with the Scob with my Deadbridge Shaman, so that's why I played it instead of just Reef Souling the Scob, because this just gives me more value. I mean, and I may just not block too. Like, swinging with it can be more effective when you're the aggressor. Okay, that can't block either of my dudes. Well, actually, it can block my Fetid Imp. What a nuisance. I may defeat that. Yeah, I probably will use defeat on that Drake or Reef Soul. I keep calling it defeat. So we're gonna swing with our Deadbridge Shaman. If he wants to trade, yeah, I'm happy with that. 2-for-1. I would have, doing 3 to him would have been nice too, but get to kill a guy and kill a card in his hand. Okay, so he does want cards in his graveyard for his big dudes like that Deep Sea Serpent thing. We're going to play our Hellhound instead of using Reef Soul since he decided to block. I feel okay about that. Our Hellhound is a big monster right now. It's pretty big for turn 4 in any format. So, plus he has a nice ability, which can be used in a pinch. We're still holding on to 2 removal spells too, so that makes me feel pretty good. That's interesting. Wonder what he's got. Ooh, Enthralling Victor's pretty awesome right now. This is the dream scenario, everybody. We're going to play the Victor first, because we want to steal his Drake. Yeah, that was a pretty sweet draw. Getting these 2 together is always nice. What's he doing? Okay, well, that makes it a little less sweet, for sure, but still pretty good. So we'll take his Drake and hit him for 3. Yeah, he did prevent our shenanigans, at least. And we end our turn. He gets his Drake back from us. Yeah, what I wanted to do, if you didn't get it, was I was going to Enthralling Victor the Scrapskin Drake, swing with it, and my Hellhound, and then sack the Drake to my Hellhound. So it would have killed the creature and done 5 more damage to him than we actually ended up doing because he was smart enough to disperse our spell, our dude, our Blazing Hellhound. So we're going to swing. Yeah, he has been at every turn foiling our plans. We should feel like we should have him at a lot lower than 16, but don't always get what we want. Now I'll play the Hellhound again, and end my turn. Still have these 2 Reeve Souls that have been in our hand forever. We haven't really had a reason to use them yet, because the Scrap Skindrake doesn't concern me a whole lot. The ideal thing to do is for him to play a guy, for us to be able to, tap out, play a guy, us to Reeve Soul it and smash in for 5. Well, and he did do that, but he's going to bounce our guy in the process, so that's pretty frustrating. Okay, we do not have Spell Mastery yet, but we can get it relatively easily. We're going to play our Fetid Imp. With Spell Mastery, this thing gets a lot stronger, so we'll play our Hellhound yet again. Our Hellhound who's gotten to do very little so far. And then I'm going to Reeve Soul his Drake, so I stop taking damage in the air. And I will end my turn. He has 7 cards in his graveyard now, which means if he gets the mana for one of these, it's going to be a little scary. We do have ways to kill it. We haven't seen them yet, but hopefully we do. He's been stuck on 4 lands for a while, but he's still been making our lives pretty difficult. Like another Separatist Void Mage right now would just be awful for us. He's in the tank for sure, which usually doesn't mean something good. Macabre Waltz, okay. Pretty good in his deck. So he's getting back his Scrap Skindrake and Deep Sea Terror. It probably means he's not playing anything this turn, which is good for us. Discarded Harbinger of the Tides, really? Oh, he can't get the double blue for it. He's probably just frustrated. I would still probably not have discarded it because it can just be another tempo setback for us. A big one. So he can double block now, which makes me just want to Reeve Soul the Separatist. I'd rather not lose my Hellhound. We know we got the Drake back too, but it can't block, so I'd rather just deal with this. Also gives us Spell Mastery, so we can use a big Ravaging Blaze to try to finish him if we want to. Chances are he blocks our Blazing Hellhound here. No. Well, that's good news for us. We have Spell Mastery now, and we can blaze him right now for 5. So that is a lot of damage. I can also kill a creature with 5 toughness with it, and like bash in for 5. He has his double blue now. He's one short of being able to play a Deep Sea Terror. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. I mean, I can kill him now, but I feel like it's so likely that he has some way to stop me that I'm going to swing with these 2 creatures, see what happens to them. Disperse seems likely. Really likely. Unholy Hunger, that's even worse. Okay, that's definitely going to slow our roll. He's going to gain 2 life in the process, too. Where's our Unholy Hunger? Alright. So right now we can do it for 6, but he definitely slowed his clock down by a lot. Yeah, we can kill it. One of it if he has another. He does have that Serpent in his hand, and we can kill it right now with Ravaging Blaze. So if he plays it right now, we'll Ravaging Blaze it, do 6 to him. Yeah. Yeah, that'll work. 6 to him, swing for 1. Prickle Boar is nice too, but we got to deal with this monstrosity. Let me make sure I have Spell Mastery. I know I played 2 Reeve Souls. Yeah, just wanted to make sure something weird hadn't happened. So we have 8 mana, so that means, yeah, we can burn him for 6. Which will also burn him for 6 because we have the Spell Mastery. Puts him at 4. And then we'll put him at 3. So 1 card in his hand, I have 1 card in my hand. No telling what could happen. This Prickle Boar is pretty nice, though. You know, I don't know if we picked up any zombies. We have that card that can get zombies back, but speaking of it, I just drew it. I think I'd rather just play our Prickle Boar here. Yeah, we'll just play our Prickle Boar, keep our Fetid Imp back. It can just trade with the Scrap Skin Drake if we needed to. We do not have any zombies in our graveyard right now, but I don't think we picked up any. The Hellhound's not a zombie, right? It's like a elemental hound. Yeah. Just don't see those every day. All right. Well, that's interesting. All right, we got another imp now. I say, yeah, we'll swing with both. Yeah, and we'll Death Touch him up to kill the Scrap Skin Drake. It looks like we may have been able to get away there with a Cruel Revival for the win. Well, no. Yeah, we could have killed the guy who couldn't block him, but I was, again, worried about Disperse or something like that. Maybe I shouldn't have been. Maybe I should have just gone for it. But I feel like we're in good enough board position that, like, taking that risk wasn't a good idea. I mean, now he plays a creature, and we can just Cruel Revival it at the end of his turn and smash in for the win. Yeah, we win anyway. All right, on to game 2. So our opponent is blue-black graveyard stuff, basically. He did have those flyers, which are a bit of a nuisance. His deck does seem pretty slow, though. I mean, maybe it makes me want to bring in Mage Ring Responder or Goldforge Sentinel. Probably the Sentinel. And we can take out one of our more underwhelming 2-drops, like our Mage Ring Bully. Yeah, that'll work for me, I think. His deck was pretty slow. I mean, it slowed us down a lot, but being able to play something like a Goldforge Sentinel late is pretty big. I mean, our Prickle Board did the job that game, and more guys like that late seem ideal. Oh, so we need double black or a black pretty soon. We're on the draw, so I think I'm going to mulligan. Our opponent mulligan too, so yeah, that's much better. So we'll keep. Much better. One of each color, and we can cast 2 of the cards in our hand as it stands. So, and now we can cast everything. And we have a Read the Bones, who didn't show up last game, I don't think. It was a little disappointing. But so we probably play the Coldblade first, and not really worry about his Scob, which I was just assuming was going to come into play. Yeah, Scob Goliath he has too, which is a very good card. So it makes sense he tries to fill up his graveyard. Yeah. The one deck I 3-0'd with in this format, I actually ran 2 Screeching Scobs and a Scab Goliath, and it did turn out pretty well for me as well. We'll play the Coldblade. You know, worst case scenario, eats a removal spell, and that sounds pretty good to me. Sounds like a pretty good worst case. I'm probably going to hang on to the Read the Bones for a little while and use it. You know, I think it's a good idea to stay aggressive. We'll take the 2 here. I think it's a good idea to stay aggressive, and then when we sort of run out of things to do, we can Read the Bones. Fiery Impulse is nice. We'll swing with our Cold Blade for the big 1 damage. Now we have lots of efficient ways to kill creatures and pump up our Cold Blade, which is really what you need for him to be good. For now, we'll play our Deadbridge Shaman, our 2-for-1er. I love that card a lot. I don't know why. It's just so imposing, but it's a pretty great card. I tend to draft them, I think, higher than most people. I think it's a pretty great 3-drop in this format. It can, kill a renowned creature or keep them from attacking with a renowned creature, and get a 2-for-1 whenever they do attack. So that's pretty great. Well, we are now running out of things to do. That's for sure. I think I'm going to Fiery Impulse this thing. Well, maybe. Actually, I think I'm just going to swing with the Deadbridge Shaman and read the bones. If we can get a 2-for-1 like we did last time, I'm perfectly okay with that. So, and he's going for it. So let's take that deal. Makes our Cold Blade first, which makes our Cold Blade a little weaker. But, if he wants to use a Disperse on it, that's fine with me too. And he has Separatist Void Mage, which also makes it weaker. But he just got 2-for-1, and I always feel good about that. So now we're going to read the bones. Discarded an island. Okay. So now we'll read the bones. Avaricious Dragon, huh? Well, I think we put him on the bottom, given what we have in our hand. And we leave that on top. Yeah, we need the land, so... and we'll play a mountain, so we have our Fiery Impulse up, and we'll end our turn. The dragon was tempting, but we have all this stuff in our hand that we want to hold on to for a while. We want to use Reeve Soul and Cruel Revival at opportune times, and we have a Read the Bones to draw even more cards. And Fiery Impulse will probably get burnt through pretty quick, but that's one reason Avaricious Dragon isn't great. It's nice that we were able to sort of get around having to draw it at a time we didn't want to draw it. So we got Separatist Void Mage and Skaab Goliath, which is pretty scary. Our Cruel Revival can, in fact, not kill Skaab Goliath because he is a zombie. So that's not good news for us. Yeah, I think I'm going to read the bones again. We need to get Unholy Hunger to deal with that thing. Blazing Hellhound's good. I don't think I want the mountain, though. Put the Hellhound on top, see what else we draw. Dragon Fodder. That's something we can do right this second, so that's nice. Does he have 2 creature cards in his graveyard to exile yet? No, he only has 1, so he may not be able to play the Skaab just yet. We'll Dragon Fodder. And we will end our turn. Unholy Hunger, I think, is the only card in our deck. Well, also a huge Blazing whatever, that X spell we have could do it, but that's asking a lot. Hey, he's got one of those too. Oh boy. So we're probably going to get 2-for-1 now, which is less exciting than the other way, obviously. Although one way to not get 2-for-1, we just get 1.5-for-1, is to play our Blazing Hellhound, sack a Goblin and kill it, and then discard a Swamp. Yeah, that's not too bad. We also get a 3/3 Cold Blade, so let's do that. Blazing Hellhound. And then this will give him another creature to exile, is the bad news. But I feel like we're going to have enough pressure on him that he probably won't be able to attack. So we're going to do 1 here and sack this. And our Cold Blade gets a little bigger. We'll discard a Swamp. See if he gets dispersed now. That'd be pretty brutal. Nope. All right, we are a little ahead in the race now, and we have Fiery Impulse, and it's turned on, so it can do 3. So drawing our Fiery Inferno X spell would be really great right now. He still doesn't have the 6 mana he needs for his Goliath, which is good. That thing is good. It's one of my favorite cards in this format, I think, along with Deadbridge Shaman. So I like my opponent's deck. Oh, Void Mage. It does have a harder decision than usual, like, you know, does he bounce the guy who's gotten bigger, or, yeah, that's what he's going to do, which is reasonable. See, I would normally Fiery Impulse that thing on the end of my opponent's turn, but I won't get the value I would have otherwise gotten, so I'm not going to. So we're going to play our Coldblade now. Then we're going to Fiery Impulse this thing out of the way, swing for 5. Makes our Coldblade bigger again. And now we play a flyer so we can try to get above his Scab Goliath once it comes into play. There's a 6th land. This can also trade with the Scab Goliath, so maybe I'd rather do that, actually. Yeah, here comes the Goliath. Which is not good news. Yeah, I think we have to start staying back now. I mean, we could go really aggressive and, like, you know, hit him for 1 every turn, but this thing has trample, and it's pretty risky for us to swing. Yeah, to swing. Why do you have to be a zombie? First time that's bit me, you know, hurt me in this format. So, like, can he swing? Like, imagine he plays any other creature. I imagine we can kill it with either Cruel Revival or Reef Soul and then swing for, like, the win. So I think I am going to swing here. I mean, we will take 6 to our face next turn, for sure, but there are worse things. We can kill, like, anything else he plays and have lethal. You know, if he plays a blocker. Even if he plays 2 blockers, we can probably kill them both with our Cruel Revival and Reef Soul. Unless he plays this. I mean, we can kill the other Scab, the 2-mana one, with our Reef Soul at least, but hopefully he doesn't have, like, another... Okay, Reef Soul is annoying, but I'm pretty okay with it. He may just be going for parity, though, which probably means he's not going to swing. Yeah, so that's not as good. There it is. That is what we want. We're going to Unholy Hunger on the Goliath. Hope it resolves. It does. Coldblade gets bigger, and now we have lethal on the board, but he may have Disperse, so may not mean anything. Okay, we did it. 1 round 1. I like the feel of this deck. It's a lot of fun. Our Hellhound showed up both games, and he's pretty sweet to play with. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in round 2.